unbelievable, but Michigan State police say that they've had 37 preventable crashes today alone because of the conditions of the road and the rain. One of them, at least we know, fatal.
From football star to prime suspect in a double murder to acquitted, we take a look back at the complicated life of OJ Simpson, dead at the age of 76.
And money ahead to the NFL draft. The huge crowds, long lines, and parking options could be a real struggle. We're going to share some top tips on how to navigate it all. That's straight ahead.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 5 starts now.
We don't have to tell you, off and on rain throughout the day today, and it sounds like we're not done yet.
Yeah, so how much longer will the wet weather stick around? Let's check in with Rich Luderman for our first look at the forecast. Rich, it was a mess coming into work this afternoon.
Soggy out there, Roop, that's for sure. And Taryn, you can still see a lot of green on the map. The heavier showers have pushed off to the east, but we're going to see occasional showers tonight and again tomorrow. You can see the showers redeveloping out there around Milford, down to Ann Arbor, further south into Toledo. Now tomorrow, with the wet weather, we're going to have some gusty winds. Could be some wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour around here Friday. Right now, 59 for us, 48 in Lansing. Chilly up there in Bad Axe, the tip of the thumb, 44. So we'll see occasional showers tonight. The breeze picks up well after midnight, and then you'll see what's coming up next. Some more wet weather on Friday with the wind. Saturday still breezy but dry with some sun, and then Sunday looks milder. We're going to check that full 7-day forecast coming up in 10. Taryn, back to you.
All right, thanks, Rich. Well, that rain making our roads a little slicker. This huge mess happening on I-696 near Greenfield and Oak Park. You can see a semi blasted into the median and then ended up on its side. No word yet on any injuries. The crash bringing traffic to a halt for several hours. There's just one lane open in both directions. Right now, there are still big delays in the area. State police say they've responded to at least 37 crashes since midnight.
Yeah, and that, Taryn, includes a tragic accident on I-75 this morning that claimed the life of a young man from Chesterfield. Fox 2's Charlie Langton with the details.
Michigan State police say that they've had 37 preventable crashes today, Thursday, alone, like this one here on 696 near Greenfield. And why? All because of the rain.
Rain is just as bad as snow is, especially when this rain first starts. You're cleaning up all that excess oil and all the stuff and the debris on there. It has a tendency to make it lose control if you're going too fast.
And 37 preventable crashes on Thursday?
Somebody was driving a bit too fast for the road conditions.
And how many times have we heard that? And at least one fatality, 6 a.m. southbound I-75 near 8 Mile. And according to MSP, the fault of the crash was the driver of the black Chevy Cruze.
That person was driving a little bit too fast, lost control, and what happened is they ended up skidding across the freeway and striking that bridge abutment.
The driver, a 26-year-old man from Chesterfield, pronounced dead at the scene. Then, at 11 a.m., 696 in Greenfield, a semi going too fast for the conditions of the wet road crashes through the barrier. No injuries, but you can see what happened.
Sometimes our freeways end up with a little bit of ponding and some flooding areas.
And at 1:30 Thursday, westbound I-94 at Rosa Parks, another semi, this time following too closely and rear-ended an SUV. No injuries, but the hazmat team had to be called.
Just take your time. If you got to leave a little bit earlier for work, that's your best bet.
Just because the speed limit is 70 on most of these freeways, Lieutenant Shaw wants to remind you that you can't go 70 miles an hour, especially when it's raining. Why? Because you're driving too fast, likely, for the conditions of the road. And you know what? If you cause your own crash, you could get a ticket. And we're going to get rain for the next couple of days. Slow it down. In Oak Park, Charlie Langton, Fox 2 News.
All right, well, he was one of the most infamous high-profile Americans in U.S. history.
OJ Simpson has died at the age of 76 after battling cancer. Fox's Greg Wolf takes a look back at his life both on and off the football field.
OJ Simpson had it all. There have been few football players so dominant at their position. He was one of the game's greatest running backs. Simpson parlayed such stardom into a successful acting career. His fame and fortune extended far beyond his 11-year pro career. His fall from grace began in June 1994. Simpson was charged with double murder for the deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, resulting in a colorful trial that captivated the nation.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
While cleared of murder charges in criminal court, Simpson was found guilty in a civil trial and ordered to pay $33.5 million in punitive and compensatory damages to the Brown and Goldman families. Simpson was free, but ultimately did himself in to land behind bars. In 2008, Simpson was found guilty of armed robbery and kidnapping after he and a group of men broke into a Las Vegas hotel room and took sports memorabilia that Simpson claimed belonged to him. That incident marked the final fall from grace for the man born Orenthal James Simpson on July 9th, 1947. Nicknamed the Juice because of his initials, Simpson was a superstar at the University of Southern California. He led the nation in rushing twice and won the 1968 Heisman Trophy as a senior. In 1969, Simpson became the #1 overall draft pick of the Buffalo Bills. During the 73 season, Simpson rushed for 2,003 yards to become the only back to cross the 2,000-yard threshold in a 14-game season and was named NFL Player of the Year. His football career ended in 1979 after 2 years with his hometown San Francisco 49ers. Simpson was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1985, where his bust remains to this day because the organization only considers a player's on-field achievements.
Simpson's family announced his death on his social media account on X. They say he was surrounded by his children and grandchildren in Las Vegas.
2 weeks from tonight, the sports world will be glued to their TVs to watch the NFL draft in Detroit.
It's going to be so big. If you're planning to head downtown, the city is sharing some helpful tips to make sure that you get in and out as easily as possible. Fox News' Brandon Hudson joins us live with in the studio with details. Brandon, you covered the draft out in Philly years ago. This is not your first rodeo.
This is not, but a lot has changed just in the last 7 years because the draft has become widely popular as an NFL travel show. Now, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, he wants to make it very clear. Don't think this is an event that you can just drive down to like you do for a Lions game at Ford Field, because if you do, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. The mayor is expecting close to 5 times as many people in downtown that go to a home game, and that is just on the first night, that Thursday night. Now, here's a list of the best options to get to the NFL draft footprint on Thursday, which will be on the busiest nights, Thursday and Friday. There's the fan shuttles, which will pick people up from Amsterdam, Grand Boulevard, and the Baltimore stations, respectively, for about $10 to $15. And there's the park and ride shuttles, which have smart buses run different suburban locations. Now, some of those stops will include Great Lakes Crossing Mall, Southgate Meyer, the Westland Police Department, and Mount Clemens. Now, at most, somebody's going to spend about maybe $2 to ride on those park and ride shuttles. Public transportation, that's also an option. Fans can take the Q line or the People Mover. Q line will drop people off near the entrances of the draft footprint, which will be at Jefferson and Randolph, Jefferson and Griswold, and Cadillac Square in Randolph. Now, look, I understand there's a lot to digest here. But I want you to listen to why Mayor Mike Duggan says you need better options than just driving your own car.
We don't have a sense of the magnitude of this. And if you're used to going to a Lions game or a Beyonce concert, I get down an hour and a half, 2 hours early. I park 3 or 4 blocks away and I walk. That's not going to work. Okay, that will not get you in, because this is going to be, I think, similar to those who can remember the fireworks in their heyday, when if you weren't here by very early afternoon, you had no hope of driving into downtown.
Now, I want you to take a look at when the NFL Draft Experience will open. That is Thursday and Friday, April 25th and 26th, from noon until 10 p.m. Saturday from 9 a.m., 9 in the morning, until 6 at night. Now, I will say this. Mayor Mike Duggan said that the Draft Experience opens at 12 noon. It should be booked by 1 o'clock, so just an hour. So many people are going to be down there. Now, for a complete list of what we have shared, along with the other information from the city, check our website, fox2detroit.com. And in addition to the NFL Draft One Pass app, the Fox 2 app might be your best friend on draft weekend. Just a little plug there for the Fox 2 app.
I need a course back. I need like a binder.
There needs to be a
I like the Cliff Notes, so I'm going to ask you a Cliff Notes question
It's a lot.
here.
Right,
Yeah. So if I want to go and experience it, where's the most, even though it's free, bang for my buck? Where do I want to be to catch the experience?
So if you want to be in the thick of it, you want to go down because it's going to be from Campus Martians to Hart Plaza. You're going to want to try to get away down to that area. Now, there's a very limited...
On Thursday?
On Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday.
Yeah,
there's going to be a very limited space for people. So if you can't get to, the inside the fences, you want to go to either Beacon Park, one of the other parks, Grand Circus Park, I think it is.
Grand Circus Park's right there.
You can watch on the big screen.
Great.
So,
okay.
It's so much fun. And it's a great way to showcase our wonderful city for all these people.
And the thing is, you're going to meet a lot of people who are from different NFL areas, or even just they want to see their favorite college player get drafted. So they may not have any connection to any of these teams. I remember I went 2017. I met two people. That was the year that Myles Garrett was drafted #1 by the Cleveland Browns.
Oh.
They weren't Cleveland Browns fans. They were Myles Garrett fans. So they came in from like Texas all the way to Philadelphia just to see this. So you're going to meet people from all over the country.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. It really is. So got good information there. And, of course, check out our website if we want more details.
Please do, because it is a lot.